Hi everyone, welcome back to another scrapbook layout video and thank you for joining me again today. So I am hosting, I guess you could say, a hop for my birthday. So this video is going to go up October 28th, which is my birthday. And me and some other ladies from the My Little Scrapbook Store creative team got together. We did a hop for Beatrice's birthday. If you want to go back and watch that video, you can. And so I decided, why not do one for my birthday as well? Just, something fun, something to do. So I thought one thing we could do that would be really neat was for all of us to use the new Daydream collection by Cocoa Vanilla, because it is something My Little Scrapbook Store carries. I would like to encourage you, if you like Cocoa Vanilla products, please shop Michelle's store for them. It's great that she can get them here in the US because it is based not in the US. And, she's a small company, so you're supporting local businesses and everything like that. So there is a link below to this collection. However, her website is being changed over, and she is also in the process of moving. So I do want to apologize if it takes a little bit of time, but this collection is worth any patience that you have. If you have not already got your hands on it, check out the link and let her know Heather B sent you if you're coming from this video. So I am very, very loosely following a sketch by Scrapbook Generation. And I take this big background pink strip from it, and I take the placement of the photos, and that's about it. The rest of it, I go pretty much on my own, except for maybe where the title placement is. I went through the papers you might have seen. I had a really hard time choosing what I wanted to do. So when I first got this collection, I took it, and as I was watching TV with my husband one night, I started to fussy cut some of the shapes. So on the back side of that pink heart paper is some like butterflies / moth looking things. And I thought, oh, I'll go ahead and pre-fussy cut some, so I'll have some. And then I got a little ways into it. And same thing with the flowers. There's a sheet with flowers, which I'm pretty sure I'll probably end up fussy cutting more of that one. But I thought, I better stop because I really, really like this pink paper. And I was right. Luckily, I barely had enough. I'm not sure if you saw, I trimmed off the edges that had been fussy cut. And there you can see, they look like butterflies to me, but somebody called them moths. So I don't know what they are, and it doesn't matter. They're pretty anyway. So luckily I had this strip. If I hadn't cut into this paper at all, I probably would have used this as the background. But I think it works out a little bit better because the raindrops is not a pattern that I would use normally. And so it, as the background, was a very subtle, I'm going back and forth here just a little bit because I just wasn't sure. On the sketch, it did show the background as like a darker color, and that pink strip would have been a lighter color. But I just decided that I really wanted to use the pink. My daughter is wearing the dress she has on. It matches the colors really well. These are pictures from Mother's Day this year, just a few of them. I have more that I'm going to scrapbook. I have to be completely honest with you. By the time this video goes up, since this won't go up till the 28th, I'm hoping that I'll be back more into the video making, but man, I sure hit a big slump. I was going scrapbooking every day, going crazy, chatting with friends online and all kinds of things. And then all of a sudden, bam. So today I think is like October 14th. So I'm hoping at least by the 28th, I'm back into it. I've done at least one other video. I thought maybe this is the one. My mind is just, I'm sure that you guys understand. I feel like this brain fog totally going on. I'm sure that a lot of you totally get it, just too much time at home, and maybe I'm a little more tired from being back on the school schedule. I don't know, but I'm trying. So thank you for bearing in there with me. It wasn't fun. I've been really, really bored and just no mojo whatsoever. So having to do this hop, and also today's the 14th. I still haven't done my layout for the monthly celebrations hop, which doesn't help. So I'm hoping doing these things will get me kind of more back into the groove. And anyways, there's probably a lot more that will already be on my channel by then. But I had this other piece, and this you can see is a bunch of cut apart pieces. So I decided to go ahead. I really wanted to try using this heart border here, and I wanted to cut it out, and I didn't really care for the other side. I like it. I can't even remember now what's on the other side of it, but I knew it was a paper I could live without. And with their collections, Cocoa Vanilla collections, you get 2 sheets. So I really wasn't worried if I ended up using it, you know, all those cut aparts, because I really like this heart border. So at first I thought, okay, I'm just going to set these strips here. The sketch does not call for this. Is basically where I go off on my own. I put the photo box higher than it had on the sketch. These strips were not on the sketch. And like I said, I pretty much just go from my own from here. So I thought about leaving these striped borders here just to make sure I liked them, but I was like, you know what? I like them there. Why not just go for it? And I think I really like them in the end. To think about it now, I probably could have added them to the top as well, but I don't. I always could go back and add them, but it would give a nice frame to the layout. If you didn't want to do the strips, you could always mount it on a stripe pattern paper of some sort. That's another idea that you could use. So here's where I'm going to go wrong, totally wrong again. I wanted my title to go in the top left. That is where it is on the sketch. But it has a circle element there that's kind of behind the title. And I tried the circles that I have on the die cut sheet is not a full circle, you can see. Although, you know, if I think about it now, I could have used it as a full circle, but I didn't even think about that at the time. So I thought, you know, this isn't chipboard, this die cut would go really cute, be really cute here behind the photo, and then the title can start on this and go off. And I figured most of this would be covered up by the time I was done. But I couldn't figure out what paper I wanted to go behind it. I didn't want to leave it blank. I didn't really want to use white. I was trying not to cut into a big 12 by 12 piece. And so I went through all of because I also got the 6 by 8 pad, and this was the best that I could come up with. This is that background that's got the kind of distressed look to it already. So I'm going to put it there, and I just don't like it. I don't know what it is about it, but it's not going to stay. I'm going to play around. Some of the flowers that I use are from the die cut pack, and some of them, like this one here is from the die cut pack. You can probably tell because the ones that I fussy cut don't have as thick of a white border around them. But that is the kind of neat thing about these die cuts, because when you fussy cut, you can leave a white border around them, and it looks like it was part of the die cut pack. And then also on my desk, a lot of you probably know by now, I have pulled out some wood veneer, and I just dumped them into this little container to try to get I want my wood veneer used up. I love wood veneer, and if I have just a little bit left over, that's fine, but I have too much, and I'm kind of over wood veneer. You know how brads were super popular for a while, and I'm not talking about the decorative ones, just the regular, you know, like brads and eyelets. Like, you get a whole bunch, and then you just have this whole entire stash of it, and you're like, okay, kind of over the brads now. So that's what I did. That's what I was thinking. That's what I'm thinking with my wood veneer. I want to get it used up. And like I said, I don't care if I have a little bit, but it takes up a good portion on my shelf. And I do apologize because I was going to do so many videos this year. I was going to do a room tour, start my cluster class. I was going to do more sketch videos, but a lot of those I have to talk, like not do a voiceover. Voiceover, I can shut my door 10 minutes, no problem. But a lot of those other videos really take more time and more talking, and, you know, and that's hard to do when the house is full, and the house has not been empty since the beginning of everything. So bear with me. All of that stuff will be coming. I don't know. It's going to be coming. Let's just get through this craziness. If you guys can bear with me through that, then the other thing I want to do is like question and answer videos. I really have always liked that when other YouTubers, I remember Mercy Tiara doing those. So you know, where I face the camera and like answer your questions. Again, though, I can't really do that when the house is not empty. It's not so easy. So just bear with me. And those are some things that will, you know, maybe we'll just say for 2021, those are hopefully things I can do on my channel then. Anyways, I had started, I'll talk about the layout now. Would you like that? I started my cluster over here in the top left, and I thought it was done. So anyways, I got that wood veneer piece out of that little bowl that I have of them. And that is a wood veneer piece I didn't think I would ever get used up, but it's perfect. Wood veneer goes great with this collection. So if you have wood veneer and you have this collection lends itself very well to wood veneer. Luckily, I had 3 pieces. The 2 that are going to be on the top are kind of the same piece. Basically, they look the same, and the one on the bottom is going to be a little different. But that's okay with me because in my mind, they're all 3 doily, all 3 circle looking. So that works for me. So I'm going to build another cluster here down in the bottom kind of center. And going to glue, I want to do the same thing. I'm going to glue down that wood veneer piece kind of tucked under a little bit. Looking back at it now, I do wish that maybe that wood veneer had been over the photos. That's the only thing that bothers me at the very end of this layout is that on the other clusters, things go over the photos, but in the bottom cluster, nothing does. And actually, there's one thing, I can't remember. I don't have the layout here, but it's okay. I'm really happy with the layout, and I love these photos, even though they're not the best of photos, and some of them look exactly like the same as another photo. I don't care because like I said, this was Mother's Day. I think our state had just like recently reopened or something like that. And so, you know, we felt more safe to have my daughter over, although it was just my daughter and her boyfriend that came over. I do have more pictures of like the dinner and, you know, us having dinner and stuff like that. But this was just me and my kids and my grand dog. We actually got him in one. He's just running by with the balls. I was lucky to get him in a picture, but you might have seen me try to use those thicker titles. And the color goes really well, but they were just too small for what I wanted. So that did not work for me. But then I was going to go work on the second cluster, and I saw that house that I put in the first cluster. And I think the houses are absolutely adorable, and they're perfect for the theme of this photo and this page. So it worked out really well, and I'm glad I saw those. So again, I'm trying to tuck everything underneath here. One thing you might have noticed, or maybe you didn't notice, if you are new to my channel, maybe you don't know, a lot of times with flower clusters or leaves, I will take the main part of the flower and glue it flat to the page while adding foam tape underneath the very end part. So it gives it kind of movement. So in the close-up photos, you can probably see what I mean a little bit more by that, if that didn't make any sense the way I said it. But you can kind of see the cluster on the very left, the flowers. You can see there's a little bit of shadows underneath the flowers that come up into the sides. And you might have been able to see me as I've been gluing them down. I am trying to add, I really wanted to use this little rainbow box, but I couldn't get it to look good anywhere. I wanted to add some of those butterflies around. I'm just playing. I was just playing right now, and I didn't care about rules or anything like that. You know, I did try to spread the colors around. I did try to keep a couple of those things in mind, but for the most part, if I liked it, I just glued it down. Another part that kind of isn't my favorite, and it's probably because of the trap space, is in the top cluster on the right. It's got that butterfly there, and I'm going to glue a butterfly there. I can't remember if I keep the yellow one there or not. But there's a little bit of space there, but I don't really care. In the end, when I look at this layout, I don't see that little bit of space, and I do think I might actually add a sequin into it. So with this collection, you could order, she made sequins to coordinate with them, and they are so pretty, and I almost didn't order them, but I'm super glad that I did because like I said, I loved it. And these flowers also came with the sequins, which I've never used these type of flowers on a layout before, but I'm going to try because they're so pretty, and they're a little bit of bulkiness, but I don't mind just a little bit of bulky. Here's the sequin pack. and it's got even some really gorgeous leaves in it. I am going to try to use the leaves. First of all, you can see here, I thought maybe I could tuck them around the flower clusters, but it didn't look right to me. And I'm kind of glad because at the end, what I add to the layout works out better. So now I decided to try some of these flower sequins, and because I'm going to use a glue dot to put them down, I'm going to put one of the gold flat sequins in the middle of the yellow flowers. So I will tell you now though, because I don't show it in the video, I don't believe, but those yellow flowers don't stay. I add sequins all around, and I just decided that those yellow flowers were just a little bit too yellow. They go great with the collection, but not so much with this page. I feel like this page is very pink and blue with just hints of yellow, and those yellow sequins just really caught my eye. So then I also remembered what I'm going to say one more thing. So what I did with those yellow sequins, because I've already glue dotted them down, when I pulled them up, they did tear just a hair. And actually, look, yeah, there's a butterfly that goes over the photos. So that cluster's okay, but it's not my 100% fave. But where I pulled those yellow sequins up, those yellow flower ones, I do decide to go back and add another color sequin. So instead of just adding 3 sequins into all the clusters like I normally do, you know, with enamel dots and stuff, I add more sequins and I just kind of fill it up. So I'm almost done with the layout. The one thing I do add is some Wink of Stella glitter pin and some glossy accents. And you can see that I tried to take some photos here where you could really see. I even added it some to the houses, the rooftops, the doors. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me on this hop. Please check out the other ladies, their channels, and I believe Instagram will be listed below. And thanks for joining me. I hope you guys like this layout. It was a lot of fun. I'll see you next time. Bye.